Welcome back, crochet piece community. So today we are going to work on the baby bobbles stitch found on page 6 of the Big Book of Crochet Stitches. And this pattern calls for a chain multiple of 2 plus 1. So I did a total of 16, and then plus 1 gives me 17. And so this is what the stitch looks like. It actually is one of those stitches that is reversible. So if you're looking for something that's reversible, this is a good stitch for that. Okay, and so here's my 16 or 17 chains rather, right? I did 16, which is a multiple of 2, and then plus 1. Also, you see my ring here. It's cute, but it's also functional. It's to help with your tension. So basically, it will help to control the yarn. I just wrap it around like so. And then now it will control how much yarn comes out as I'm crocheting. So row number 1, it says to work this very loosely, because especially the slip stitches, because you have to go back into them, right? So you're going to go to the 1, 2, 3, third chain from the hook, and you're just going to go in and do a slip stitch like so. It's a very easy, beginner-friendly pattern or design, okay? And then there's my slip stitch. In the next one, I'm going to do a half double crochet, and I'm going to repeat that all the way down, okay? And remember, try to work kind of loosely. All right, so the next one, slip stitch. Especially when you're doing the slip stitches, because it can be very easy, even if you have to pull up a little bit, it can be easy to forget to go in to work the slip stitch in the subsequent rows. Okay, so there's the next one. Yarn over and just pull on through. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. So we're alternating slip stitches and half double crochets, and that's it for the whole pattern. Now this ring is actually not helpful for me because I'm not used to using it that way. Go figure. And then my yarn is kind of bunched up. All right, so insert, yarn over, and we're doing a slip stitch and half double crochet alternation. When you get to the end, you're going to, well, let's focus on being here now, right? Let's do these stitches, and I'll show you what we're going to do when we get to the end. So your last stitch should be a slip stitch. So we're going to insert, and that's for each row. Last stitch should be a slip stitch. Okay? And then we're going to chain 2, and we're going to turn. And that's what we have. Now we're going to skip the chain 2s, and we're going to skip the very first slip stitch. And on top of the next half double crochet, we're going to do a slip stitch. And we're just going to alternate. And remember to crochet loosely, but also remember to go into the slip stitch ones with a half double, because it can be easy to kind of overlook them, especially if you crocheted kind of tight, you know, and sometimes we can't help it, right? That's just our tension. And then that's just it. That's it for the stitch. You're going to just keep doing that the whole way, alternating half double crochet and slip stitching, and we're always starting and ending with the slip stitch. So that's what makes this really easy, is that there's a lot of repetition. And this probably would have been a lot helpful if I had organized my yarn. Now, when you get to the end, so see, this is where it can be kind of tricky, right? But remember the rule, we end and we start and we end with a slip stitch. So right now I'm going into a half double crochet because that's the next one. So I know this can't be my last stitch because the last stitch is always a slip stitch. We're gonna do the slip stitch in the turning chains. So you always know if you're not finishing with the slip stitch, then you're not done. And there's something over there. Another easy method, as you all know, I always say, is to add a stitch marker in your turning chains because it can be so easy to lose these as we go along. Okay, so we're turning it, we're doing the same exact thing, skipping the turning chains, skipping the first slip stitch, going on top of the very first half double with a slip stitch. And that is it for this pattern. This pattern is reversible, so you could use it to create any project, you know, that you want to use, make reversible. Yeah. So there's no right and wrong side. And that's it. Keep going, and then as you keep going, then you know you will have something that looks like this. Okay? It's really pretty. It's nice texture. Happy crocheting.